My mother-in-law showed up unannounced at our honeymoon hotel. What happened next saved our marriage before it really began. Someone's knocking, Jake mumbled, pulling me closer under the sheets. It was day 3 of our honeymoon in Santorini, the first morning we'd actually slept in instead of rushing to explore the island. I ignored the knocking, assuming housekeeping would eventually leave. Then I heard it. Jacob, I know you are in there. Open up. That voice. Unmistakable. My new mother-in-law, Patricia. Jake bolted upright, eyes wide with disbelief. That's not. It can't be. But it was. When we opened the door, there stood Patricia in a floral sundress and wide-brimmed hat, 2 massive suitcases beside her. Surprise, she beamed, pushing past us into our honeymoon suite. The travel agent said this was the best hotel on the island. What luck we're staying at the same place. This wasn't luck. This was reconnaissance, Mom. Jake started carefully. How did you know where we were staying? Oh, I have your itinerary, she said casually, already unpacking her toiletries in our bathroom. I always keep track of my boys' whereabouts. Old habit. What followed was surreal. Patricia suggesting we all go to dinner together, asking if we could move to connecting rooms, even hinting she might join our sunset cruise the next day. That night, as Patricia finally retreated to her own room, thankfully not connected to ours, I broke down. Jake, I can't do this for the next 50 years, I whispered, tears streaming. She tracked us to our honeymoon. What's next? Delivery room and visitor trips? Instead of defending his mother as he usually did, Jake was silent for a long time. You know what's crazy? He finally said. When I was 16, I saved for months to go camping with friends. The night before we left, Mom suddenly had car trouble and needed mine. Then she surprised us at the campsite the next day. For the first time, I saw something shift in his eyes, recognition of a pattern that had been invisible to him. The next morning, Jake asked me to give him an hour alone with his mother. I walked the beach mentally preparing divorce papers, certain he wouldn't stand up to her. When I returned, Patricia was packing, her face tear-stained but composed. I am taking the afternoon ferry back to Athens, she said stiffly. Paternally, I've overstepped. After she left, Jake revealed what he'd said, that he loved her, but our marriage needed boundaries, that this trip was sacred, that future surprises needed to be actual invitations. I told her if she couldn't respect that, she wouldn't be welcome in our home, he said, voice shaking slightly. It was the hardest conversation I've ever had. That night, watching the famous Santorini sunset, Jake reached for my hand. Thank you for not accepting this as normal, he whispered. I didn't know life could be different. 6 years and 2 kids later, Patricia still sometimes tests boundaries, but she calls before visiting. She's never again shown up unannounced. Sometimes saving a marriage isn't about grand gestures or compromise. It's about recognizing unhealthy patterns before they become your normal.